What's going on, guys? I'm Jay the Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Make sure you like this video and share it. I want to talk about Jason Mamoa and why him and his wife, Lisa Bonet, are getting back together. Now, I made a video about their initial divorce. It wasn't hearsay. It was true. Jason Mamoa put out a statement about them breaking up and going into separate directions, only for them to then get back together after spending some time apart. Now, Jason Mamoa is 42. Lisa Bonet is 54. They have 2 children together. But when they broke up, he went to go stay in an RV at a friend's house. And I guess he wasn't really for that. So he ended up moving back in with Lisa Bonet. And they are currently working on their marriage. I want people to understand something, because I've had a couple of different people send me the story of them getting back together. I want people to understand something. It doesn't automatically mean that they're going to get back together, that things are going to be fixed, because that could be further from what the truth actually is. You see, the thing is that just because they move back in together doesn't mean that they could end up not getting divorced. They could still end up getting divorced. You know, I could definitely see them still getting divorced. I just think that when you have somebody like Jason Mamoa, who has more to lose in a divorce than she does, okay, of course he's gonna work to put that marriage back together, because she could take him to court and probably get a good chunk of his money, even though it says his net worth is around 14 million, I believe. Could be more, could be less. Her net worth is actually 10 million, which I was kind of surprised by. She could still walk away with the house and even alimony, and he's not looking to pay that. And they've been together for a long time. And maybe he still has a soft spot for her and the children, and he doesn't want to feel like a failure and leave them behind. And he also wants to get out of that RV. He wants to get out that RV. Even in that RV, man. And you would think that because of the CV restrictions being lifted, that he will get to travel more and be doing more work as far as acting is concerned, so he wouldn't even be home more. So even if they were to work on the marriage, he'd still be off filming, traveling. He wouldn't be home as much. But apparently Lisa Bonet is okay with that. Lisa Bonet is okay with him, continuing doing his career, whatever, as of now. But again, that doesn't mean that they're going to stay together. I just think that Jason Mamoa looked at the situation and said, you know what, it's just better for me to just stay married to her instead of going through a lengthy, painful divorce, because we don't know what could come out in a divorce. And also, you gotta look at Lisa Bonet. What is her market as far as relationships is concerned? Jason Momoa is probably the best she's gonna do. And I think she knew that, which is why it was easy for her to get back with him. Now, I want y'all to understand, this is how relationships works. This is how marriages work. People break up and get back together all the time. But Jason Mamoa put out the statement as if he was done with the relationship. This ain't a situation where they separate, he moves out, they're secretly apart. Nobody knows that they've actually separated. Jason Momoa put it out there. He put it out there. Nobody else did. He volunteered that information. Nobody else volunteered. It wasn't like it was a report that just came out of the blue. He put it out there that he was moving on, or both of them were moving in separate directions. He made it seem like the relationship was over. I guess on his side, because maybe on his side it was. But once he was able to, I would say, be single for a little while and be able to do whatever it is he wanted to do, then he went back to Lisa, which is probably what it was. Because there were rumors that he may have, been intimate with one of his female co-stars. And that's what made the relationship or the marriage very strained between him and Lisa Bonet. Those rumors have not been confirmed, but why go through all this effort to separate from a woman that you're just going to end up going back to? Unless maybe you just wanted to get something out of your system, which is probably what it was. Maybe it was just a way for him to get something out of his system so he can go back to Lisa, which is probably what it was. Married men do this a lot. They will separate from their wife, right? I'm not with her, we're done. Only to get back with her sometime after that. After they done went out and got certain things out of their system, they go right back to their wife. That's why when these women, you have women that will be side chicks, right? They'll be side chicks to these married men, thinking that these married men are going to leave their wife for them, only for that man to go back to his wife. And they're the ones looking crazy because they thought they could take that man from his wife. But that never happens, does it? It never happens. Because these men, for the most part, they've built a life with that woman. He has children with that woman. So whatever woman that he's dealing with or will deal with are going to have to accept the fact that he's not going to replace them. He's not going to replace them. So this could be a situation where Jason Momoa needs to get something out of his system. But again, this divorce was not rumored, okay? This was not some gossip blog just running with something. He put out a statement about how the relationship was done, only for him to go back to Lisa Bonet. Now, I think that he may have realized, she might end up keeping that house. I like that house. She might end up getting alimony or child support. Can't have that. So I think he looked at his options and said, you know what, ain't nothing out here. And that's true. There's nothing out there on the date market. Most of the people who are single should be single. They deserve to be single. Okay, they're not relationship material. I'm talking about men and women. There are a lot of women out there that ain't worth dating, and there's a lot of dudes out there that might not be worth dating for women, who probably would rather be single anyway. So Jason Momoa said, ain't no women out here that I can replace Lisa with. I've been with Lisa all these years. We have a family together. She believed in me. She wanted me when nobody else knew who I was. So I'm going to stay with her, and that's what he did. He saw no value in any of these women out here. None of them. So he says, you know what, let me go and get out of this RV and go back to my wife and my family that I built, that I am comfortable with. Because you got to understand, he's comfortable with Lisa. They have the children together. Being comfortable with people is very difficult nowadays. A lot of people don't trust each other. A lot of people don't like each other. But he was with somebody who genuinely cared about him and supported him throughout all these years. And I think that when he thought about it, he says, you know what? I can't just leave. I can't just leave like this. I need to go back home. I need to get out this RV. I need to try to work on my marriage. Now, again, they could end up separating for good. Because to me, this looks like he walked away from the marriage. and she was able to get him to come back. Let me tell you something too. A marriage is never truly over most times until a woman files for divorce. For the most part, once that woman files for divorce, that marriage is over. So if Lisa files for divorce, then you're going to know for sure that marriage is over. Once Lisa files for divorce, then we know that, yeah, it's over. It's over. Because for the most part, most of these marriages are done once that woman says it's done. So let me know in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you like the video and share it. Go and check out my initial video on this. Now, apparently these two are back together, but for how long? Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram